pull it up?
Oh yeah, I had so much fun doing my hair, and the other night when we were going to the whole concert, my friend and I were on the sidewalk. We were waiting for Lee, and this guy came up, and he saw me, and he was like, "Is it really you?" And I'm like, and so he started like shaking my hand and going on and on. I have every single episode on my TiVo. I have every performance of yours ever on my TiVo, and like going on and on. And then I was wearing my sweatshirt with the pumpkin on it, and he saw the back of it, and he goes, "Oh my God, I am the king of the pumpkins."
What?
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "No, really, I have a pumpkin still from Halloween, and it's this big. And the trick is you keep it in the shade, and at night you put a blanket on it, and it doesn't rot." And I'm like, "All right." And he's like, but then he started giving me all this advice about, like, because going to the concert, I was just wearing a sweatshirt over, like, a dress and Doc Martens, and, like, I don't know, it was pretty regular, and he was like, and I didn't have crazy hair, I just had straight hair, and he was like, "This is you, this right here, this is you, and you're beautiful, and this is your hair. Why do you do all those crazy things with your hair and your clothes? You need to come out just like this, only with a sparkly jacket."
Did you hire him as your stylist right then and there?
"Excuse me?" Like, "You do all these crazy things with your hair that looks like a man's hairdo." And I'm like, but that's not you. This is you. I'm like, "How do you know? You don't know me, Pumpkin King." Like, and so then people were walking by, and he kept grabbing people walking by, going, "Do you know who this is?" And they're like, "No, leave me alone."
That's the thing about idols, that everyone thinks they know you, you know, and they can come up to you and say whatever because you're like their pal from TV, you know?
Welcome. How did you? When we're in the store. How did you go about choosing your outfits, your butterflies and all the outfits, your butterflies and all the other things?
I picked the song first, and then depending on how the song made me feel, I went to Soyeon and I was like, "I need this," and we kind of collaborated. She's brilliant.
Were you more hands-on with like your look than maybe some of the other people were in terms of like picking out?
Yeah, I think like a lot of people were more simple, and most of the guys are pretty easy to please, you know.
Chocolate rain.
What was your first impression, if you could describe the setting of when you met young Alexander here?
That important moment in your life.
The first time I met.
And your first impression.
You want to know the truth?
Yes, exactly.
My first memory I have of you, group day in Hollywood Week, and my group was sitting in front of yours, and something that you were trying to practice to, but be really subtle and quiet about it, but I could hear it. And you're like sitting there going like this and like humming along a little bit and listening to your recording when
because I didn't know the song, I had to memorize it right there.
And I was like, "Are you kidding me right now?"
Why? Because you had to think of your song.
And all I could hear was your song and your little recorder, and I was like, "Is this guy for serious? Like, like, shut up." So.
Nice.
But then I saw how you had to deal with Mary, and
it was tough.
Mad props.
Yeah.
I understand now. But then after that, we almost died together.
Really?
Literally?
On an airplane. And
Oh yeah, that's right.
What?
After we made the top 24, and we were in Hollywood for about another week, and then we were going home for the break in between. Me and Alex, Ashley, Casey, and Todrick got on a plane from LA to Phoenix, and
I threw up 3 times on the plane.
You threw up a lot. You did that backstage.
And we were trying to land in Phoenix, and there was such bad weather, like dust storms and tornado warnings, and the pilot kept trying to land, and so we'd go down, and it would be shaking horribly.
And then we'd like speed and go like super fast.
So then he'd like blast off up a high again.
We did that like 100 times.
We did it so many times.
You just be like,
until like babies are crying. The woman next to me is crying and like rubbing her wedding ring. I was in the middle seat, and the guy on the other side of me smelled like he had eaten a poop. I don't know what on earth, like, and he's like sleeping but mouth breathing towards me, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to vomit or cry. Like, I don't know which is worse, the turbulence or the smell, and it was just so bad. And so finally, the least reassuring pilot you could ever imagine kept coming on the speaker being like, so, there's some bad storm. There's some bad storm, so we're gonna try again. Okay. Perfect.
He probably has done it like 100 million times. That's
So
why he's just like, no big deal.
So then we had to fly to Tucson and land there instead.
That's
And
then I get on another flight.
yeah, we landed in Tucson. We waited there for about 3 hours. Got back on our plane, flew back to Phoenix. By that time, we all missed our connections by 5 hours.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
They wouldn't even let us talk to a human. They just gave us this paper with a hotline to call. So everyone, okay, we have you down for a flight to Philadelphia at 12:20 a.m. Right now it's like 12.
Noon.
A.m. No, it's 12 a.m., but that means I had like 5 minutes to find the terminal, and I was like, Philadelphia?
Like
I'm trying to get to
hours.
Boston.
Yeah, but if you get to Philadelphia,
You know, so then she's like, and then from there a flight to Boston. I'm like, okay then. So I ran to the terminal and I got on the plane, and
Oh my God.
you know, I got home 25 hours after leaving, and it was just like, and I lost my luggage, of course, and.
But that's a bonding experience.
But we almost died, and Alex only threw up like 3 times, and there were these guys on the plane like
encouraging me.
You're gonna be okay.
Yeah, it was funny, dude.
After you've been through that together, you're friends for life.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
So you went to the Hole concert last week? I went. Which night did you go?
Hole, what's Hole?
Thursday.
You went Thursday? Yeah, I was there.
Who is Hole? What's her name?
Yeah.
Kurt Cobain's
Don't
murderer?
identify her like that. You.
I'm just kidding.
Alex is
I remember you got pissed.
Defend me.
Why are you picking
One more.
Don't
Murderer?
identify her like that. You.
I'm just kidding.
Alex is
I remember you got pissed.
Defend me.
Why are you picking
One more.
Why don't you just get a fork?
Cause I just want one more piece.
He sneezes and coughs in his hands when he touches everything there.
I'm not even sick.
You were sick yesterday. You said you said
No.
No.
Did you dig the show? Did you think she was good? I thought she was pretty on her game.
Yeah.
Was she?
Yeah, and I think some people kind of went thinking it was going to be a train wreck, and that might have even been what they wanted to see. But I actually thought she was on point.
Yeah.
When was the last time she performed?
It's probably her last shot. So.
Well, she just performed in Austin.
Yeah, but I mean, like before this whole like. Her,
Oh, well, not as whole. Yeah, she hasn't performed as whole.
When did her
since the
one
90s.
record under her name come out? Like 2005 or something.
Yeah.
It had been a few years since
Good
she.
for her.
I thought it was really
Do you
good.
I
think
never
she
hear of her
killed Kurt
performing
Cobain?
No.
You don't think so? Just a valid
I
question.
have read a book that theorizes that, but I
Yeah.
don't think that happened. No.
Don't you?
There are people
Where
out there
did
who
you
think
think
that.
that? From a movie?
No.
Where? Who's saying that?
Research.
There's
lot
a
of
book called Who
people.
Killed Kurt Cobain.
No, I know there is, but
Maybe.
I didn't know how the
We all
prevailing
know
theory
who
had
killed
turned
him.
to.
Oh, pray tell.
What?
Who? What's your theory?
We all know who killed Kurt Cobain.
Why not?
Siobhan, tell him.
Himself.
AIDS.
Alice.
What?
Siobhan was 4 when Kurt Cobain died, right? 1990? Was when you
Wait.
were born?
Yeah.
When I was born.
No.
It's a good year.
It's a great year. Filled with.
1980? Did you say?
1990.
Oh, 90.
With the whole nines thing. You know who else has a thing about nines is Jerry Seinfeld. Big believer in 9 as a